Hello and welcome to Fantasy Take TV's final trades video for round 13. So we'll get into that. But first, Eno has the Sunday teams. Some interesting ones this week. Eno, some really big ones. What have you got for us?
Just quickly, mate, I'm going to crack a Canadian club to you getting the 5,000 subscribers. We didn't mention it on the pod, so we thought we'd do it now.
I drink
Says
something
that for you.
Anything, but cheers, mate. I
saw
appreciate that.
You got the shot. I saw that. The team. So, I mean, yeah, for your 5,000 subscribers, mate, you got one of your rookies back. So I think the big one is Jacob Ware made the cut over Nick Haynes, wasn't it? So
yeah.
Other than that, there's nothing really because it was just a Sunday game. So yes, he made the cut. Bruce is out. So yeah, I mean, all you needed him for is this week. Whether Ware plays after that doesn't really matter, although you would want him for some cover. So I guess you're hoping he does play well to maybe hold a role because you got Thompson as well, don't you? So
yeah. I definitely grab Ware. I think he's basically all we got down back, I think. We got the Melbourne guy, but he's probably out. Well, he's definitely out next week. He has a bye. So I think that's Turner. I'd definitely grab Ware. I think it's all we got. Like, what else? And they've backed him in. He's playing over Haynes, which is quite shocking. I was trying to figure out who he comes in for. And I'm thinking, well, Haynes, I penciled him in for the 22.
Yep.
And then Braden Bruce, well, something's up here. Because I still think he's the number one ruck, but maybe he just didn't get up. Played really poor in the VFL a few weeks ago. Still a bit sick. Said he has issues with his body. Thanks to GWS, like we have no idea what that actually means, like any specifics. So yeah, good to have Ware though. That's a big one.
Yeah, happy we got out of Bruce the other week. Although Hayes has dropped, so it didn't really matter anyway. Yeah, I was forced to go, obviously, last night, Judson Clark, because with the fixturing, I just wasn't to know if Ware was going to play. So I actually still need a defender downgrade for Dacos at some point because I've already got all my defenders. So I don't, I might have to get Ware after a rise or just go for someone else. But yeah, that was the position I was in, which is a bit annoying.
Okay. He's played two.
I just had to lock in Clark because I didn't know if Ware was going to play. So
okay.
He was always the plan, so it was a bit annoying that went that way. But yeah, you same boat, JD.
Same boat for me. Yeah, had to get a rookie. Want someone's going to play the next two, and Ware Ware wasn't a certainty to play, especially looking at the expended bench. So Clark had to come in, and I mean this 63 could have been much bigger, but I won't complain. Look, he's going to play this week and next week, and that's what really counted. So yeah. All right, so trades this week for me is Clark in, Bailey Smith out, Robbie McComb out, and DeConning out. I would happily have traded McCartan as well, but with Bailey Smith out, McCartan or DeConning, someone I had to stay in, and then bring in I think Doherty and Merritt this week. So yeah, just the 17 for me because George convinced me to trade Zorko out for English.
Always blame me. Why did you do that?
I think I would have got bullied if I hadn't, and especially if English had gone 120, I would have been I couldn't have handled the bullying. And then I think I'm going to go Darcy into Oliver, even though Neil into Oliver is the much smarter play in terms of vice captain. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. And I'm sure most teams, I should be fine next week.
You make the 50 points up with Shrek VC, mate. That's how you get that player back.
Hopefully. I think the only other good thing is I've only got a few rookies playing. So it's Clark, Durden, and Owens, and then it's 14.
Oh, that's really good.
I think.
Yeah, that is good.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
Chuck on the bias thing, the round 13. So you got 17, was it?
Or 18? 17. Yeah, no Hayes, no Hamilton.
Hayes is a killer, man. Oh.
Yeah.
At least I'm sure a lot of people will be on the same boat, though. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. So next week, early thoughts. What are your trades next week?
I'll probably get out of Hayes for Treacle or something like that if Hayes isn't back. Yeah. Just because there's money there, and I could move English into the rucks we kind of talked about previously to play with Wits. And then
Degoe's last trial is his last hit, or
possibly Degoe could be sideways out. Otherwise, McCartan could still be moved on. Clark could still be moved on. I'm not even sure Clark plays next week, so there's a few options there in terms of who I could move around to finish the team. I think what Laird is the midfielder that I want to get more than anything else, and I probably want to have Bontempelli and like maybe Bontempelli and then Baslenka in the forward line at some point. So yeah, I've already got 6 forwards. It's just that DeGoey and Butters don't look like great options at the moment. Yeah. I mean, even the midfield, like Petrarca's hurting at the moment. Cripps, we'll see how he plays tonight, but those are potentially luxury upgrades as well. And then I don't have Stewart or Sicily in defense. So there's a lot of places I could do some luxury trades after.
Yeah. So looking at like me, we need a downgrade in defense at some point since we've got the defenders. And
yes,
Dacos for me has to go, and Paddy eventually has to go for you. So we just need someone else. I mean, yeah, we might be going where after a rise, but
I mean, if Thompson's back in the next couple of weeks, I could just go loophole there.
Are you going to say, George? Charlie Dean?
Yeah, you read my mind.
Yeah, I knew. Yeah.
102K, you get a bit of extra money, and most people are okay for next week. Like whoever you get probably drops out, depending on who you go.
Yep.
Cool. Decent chance to drop out. So I guess you assess next week. It's a bummer you can't get Ware though.
Yeah, so it could be like McCartan and Hayes to like Dean and Treacle and trade into zeros, then go Clark to Laird or something like that. That seems reasonable.
Should have enough for next week. 18.
Yeah,
should be fine.
Easily.
Yep. Well, I'm pretty much the same trades, JD. Besides, I'm getting Sinclair because I don't have him yet, so I went for him instead of Doherty. So we're pretty much doing exactly the same. And then the team probably looks pretty similar, just besides a couple of primos. So I've just got 18. So I mean, Paul Curtis has turned out to be a bit pretty clutch. Don't expect too much from him as most weeks, but 50. If he gets 50 like he did last week, that'd be awesome. And yeah, doing the same thing. VC on Darcy into Oliver. So I don't think we even have too much of a dissimilar team. Like I got Cameron over to Goey, and then I think that's it. Sicily, yeah. So pretty similar us too. And then next week will probably be Dacos out. I mean, I might be holding on to DC. So Dacos and Curtis. I don't have much left in the bank. I don't think, only 9K. So that probably won't be enough to get me like a Bont or something. So I might have to make a third trade, whether it's Greg Clark or someone like that, or maybe Rioli, or of course Sam Hayes. If Sam Hayes is playing, maybe I keep him for that extra player. But we'll make that decision next week. So not too much further to go through with my team.
So you have 7 mids. Do you have a plan for mid? Do you have a plan for the last one?
Still do need a forward too. So like 3 trades, Dacos and Curtis. Whether I go forward or mid next week, I'm not sure. Ideally, Laird, I can probably get in 3 trades pretty easily. And with that fixture, what is it? Gold Coast and North in the next 2 after the bye. Could be deadly without. So he's probably number 1. Yeah, and then plays, West Coast again? Yeah, far out. Yeah, he's probably number 1 target. Whether it makes sense for my team, I'm not too sure, because then I'll still need a last forward. So whether that's maybe it is Baz in a few weeks when he drops, and a couple of weeks, and do like Hayes money, Rioli money. The thing is, I think we went through this the other week. I was probably be struggling for money, but still got Durden money. So yeah, we'll see what it can get me really. I think I go the mid first, a primo mid, and then just see what I can get in the forwards. Best case scenario. Parker's still there, of course, who I don't have as well. Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
George, we'll go to yours.
Okay, we'll go to mine.
We'll actually try to keep it this short this week.
Okay, so my trades. I don't know about DP yet. I haven't decided Overwatch.
This is the one.
I don't know. So
how did the poll end up?
I think it's 55-45 in favor of Samuel. So I've actually stuffed this up. I've traded out Rioli instead of Greg Clark or Connor McDonald, which would have given me enough to grab Thomas Stewart next week. And now I don't think I can grab Stewart next week unless I wait a week and let Stewart drop. If he does, break even 144, and then I'll hold Paddy. I'll get to that after. But anyway, I'm getting Walsh or Parrish in for Rioli. The other one is, I don't mind, is Mills. He's not playing this week, so I could wait a week for him and get a defender. I'll probably skip Mills just for durability, but he seems fine. And then not going Josh Kelly just because of the history, but he looks great. Teagle in for Sam Hayes. Again, wanted to hold Hayes through the buys, but apparently not. And I grabbed Judson for Macomb. I assume that's probably the most traded thing this week. So
is there a world where you could have got 18 if you didn't do the Hayes to Treacle? Like if you instead did like McCartan to someone playing or something? I guess you would have had to go for like Boyd or something though, which is probably not that great.
No thanks. I look at this. I got to be very careful. So I'll just take the hit this week.
Take the hit, yeah.
So fielding. Okay, fielding like this. Can just get it right, which it never does. Okay, so down back pretty happy. So went where a few weeks ago. Sometimes you need a bit of luck, and I figured that we might not even get a downgrade this week down back. So I just figured grab one then. So that's fine. So 5 down back is fine. In the midfield, okay, Connor McDonald is not listed to play at the moment, but potentially sub or late in. Like you never know, but I just need a bit of luck there. But just anticipating for 17, just the one gone here, and then 5 in the forward line. So Judson did a good job, 63. But yeah, lost Hayes, lost Rioli, lost who else did we lose? Someone else.
Well, C-Mac, I guess, but yeah.
Yeah, C-Mac. And also traded Durden 2 weeks ago, which is last week, which has backfired because I thought I'd be all right for this week, but apparently not. Should have traded Hayes. But yeah, so happy with the midfield. So I have my 8 mids, I believe. I just need a defender. So that'll be Doherty, Sinclair, or Stewart, depending on money next week. So still have Hobbs money and McCartan money. So I think I'll be able to grab Tom Stewart, but I might have to wait till round 15. But yeah, it just depends. Like, who am I downgrading Hobbs to? Are we going to get a 102k? Are we going to get Hollands? If we get a 102k, I can grab Stewart, I think. If we get Hollands, well, I kind of want him as my cover player for the year if he plays. So Gold Coast have a very soft run the second half of the year, and I think he'll be like, who would be my forward cover right now? Johnson Clark and Connor McDonald, especially with like players like Butters, susceptible to hits. They take hits every week. Even like Cogs hasn't had the best history. So yeah,
Jai Cully maybe.
Yeah, I think I like Carmichael a bit better from Collingwood. He can't play next week, but he's a bit more ready-made, I think. So yeah, but yeah, that's our lineup this week. So 17. Hope to see how we go.
Right, I did actually tweet out before a couple of questions from people, so I'll just ask you boys a couple of them when I get it up. So there's maybe 8 or something. So first is Darcy Kellock. If you have a lot of trades left, are Walsh, Parrish, Kelly going to put more points on merit than the future 100k upgrade might get you?
It's a good question.
Obviously depends who they are, I guess, but like, what's the luxury upgrade? Is it Butters to Bont? Is it?
That's what I'm thinking about doing. Like, it would be a last minute thing, but that would get me like an extra 100k, and I can do the Butters to Bont, go down to 3 trades, which is not ideal. I don't think I want to do that. If you got low trades, you could do it. If you got a surplus of trades, I can't remember if he said how many trades he's got, then I just pay up.
Yep. Thoughts on Isaac Cumming? Can't afford anyone else, from Jack.
No, we've seen his role regress pretty well. Not regress, it just hasn't scored nearly as well under Spike McVeigh. So I don't think you can look there.
I think Himmelberg took a few kick-ins, and I reckon Himmelberg's going to go back forward potentially.
525. Who would be under that? He could afford off the buy.
L. Whitfield.
Isn't Doherty 531?
Yeah, he must not be able to afford it, he said.
Already has.
I think Cumming can do 100 for the rest of the year.
I mean, yeah, Himmelberg took 5 kick-ins and 4 kick-ins the last 2 weeks. And Connor Iden took 1. And then Cumming had like 8 last week and then 4 the week before that.
Where's he named? He's named back at centre-half forward, Himmelberg, so...
I don't mind it. I think it's probably the best without looking at it. You can get to. I think it's not ideal, but in your situation, I guess it's all right.
But Perryman's named at full back. Like, surely this team hit his cap.
Yeah, you're right. It could be. It's not set in stone. Nicky, should I waste a trade to get 18 playing this week?
Well, you're not wasting a trade. You're getting points on field. So I think like calling a wasted trade. I guess for those people, though, it's probably like sidewaysing someone like a dead rookie to a playing rookie. So it probably comes down to how many trades you've got left and like how good the option is, how many points you're going to get out of it.
Don't trade a premium out.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I would probably agree with that. Thoughts on Butters? We just spoke about before. 13% CBAs is a one-off, or has he lost his mid-roll?
Went 87 average, I want to say, in 2020 with like no CBAs. So I think he'll get some throughout the year, just not that low. But yeah, not great. Scored 55 in fantasy, which is always a bad sign. Scored 87. That's not the worst. There's issues with other forwards at the moment. I think you just hold for now. Luxury in a few weeks. I wouldn't get rid of him next week. I don't think his break even will be that low. In fact, I think he'll probably make money based on his last 3 weeks. I'll just hold for now.
Yeah, he's
down the track.
Break even was 52 and he scored an 87. So he'll make some more money this week. But I mean, like, it is an interesting spot because normally we just wouldn't say trade these players during the buys. But if you're like got 21 or 22 playing next week, then like you could potentially sideways someone like that, even though they're not on their buy. I don't know. Like, yeah.
Yep. Is Basilenko a must trade out? Yes, we don't need to, unless you had like 2 trades or something. But even then, I probably would just still risk it, get rid of him. Having owned Wine since he was 500k, is it risky to go with Merritt as well, or do I potentially use the cash to trade Wines later to a better premium? I mean, a lot of us are in the position where we got a pretty average, average M8, I think. Who have you got, George? Who's your M8?
Cripps and Petrarca.
Yeah.
Then I got the main 4 and then Parrish led.
Yep.
I'm worried about Ollie Wines.
Wasn't his TOG super low last night?
But so like these are like, it's a weird question, right? Because you need to get an extra midfielder and it's going to be like Merritt next to Wines. And then you're asking like if you should upgrade Wines.
He's saying like, should I go Merritt over Walsh? Is what he's saying, to save the cash to later better Wines.
I'll do that.
So I'd grab Walsh and then just like
stick with Wines. That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Rather than getting in Merritt and then because you're using an extra trade for the points. Like it's just, I don't know. That seems like a poor use of a trade. I'd rather have Wines
unless you had plenty of trades. Yeah,
but like George, you'd rather have Wines in an extra trade than Merritt, right?
Yeah, I don't think Wines is that far off Merritt, is he?
Is he? I don't know. Feels hard to trust Wines.
Yeah. He is, but I think he's like the last 3 weeks haven't been that bad. Something like a 122 average, or with last night's game that brings it down a bit.
Okay,
last night.
Just go Walsh then.
I think since he came back, I think his lowest is like a 99. He's actually been all right.
And you get the extra game of Walsh. I think I just go straight to Walsh and then monitor it afterwards. Because later on you can see, can I afford to use a trade here? I haven't had any injuries, blah, blah, blah. That's it, boys, I think.
Sweet.
20 minutes. Beautiful.
Okay, so we'll wrap it up there. Just quickly, Parrish or Walsh from you two? Who is it?
I'd say Sam. But it's not my team, so...
yeah.
Sorry, George.
There's something in my gut that says like I'd be happier with Walsh, but everything that I look at says like it should be Parrish. Like when you look at like CBAs and like where the teams are at and the fixture and stuff, I don't know. It just logically it should be Parrish, but I don't know. Gut tells me Walsh.
Walsh it is. All right. I feel the same, I think. Anyway, thanks for watching, and yeah, we'll see you guys soon.